Now there is a second stimulus debit card. Debit card? What debit card? A $600 stimulus debit card from MetaBank? From MetaBank? In a white envelope? $600 stimulus debit card? And if you don't know the debit card's coming, you may throw it away? What is going on here in this bombshell recording that you're just hearing for the very first time on this channel because it just hit the airways minutes ago? You may not get your stimulus check electronically. You may not get your stimulus check by paper. You may get it by debit card. Debit card? And if you're not looking for a debit card, you may ignore the fact that there's a debit card in your mail. Okay, so in this recording, I'm going to explain to you how to watch for a debit card and what that debit card is going to look like for a $600 stimulus check. Breaking developments minutes ago. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in Washington. I don't even have time to focus on that. I got to focus on the mystery debit card suggestion. Wow. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do. Go to the Finish channel, hit that subscribe button, then hit the alert button so you get alert when I go live, which I am now. This is not tape. This is actually me. Let's do some pantomimes, understands me. And let's also like this video. Meantime, if you joined, thank you for joining and becoming either a Purple Hawk or becoming a Purple Power or becoming a Calcino VIP. You hit that join button. There's a JOIN on this video, and there's also a join button on the front of this channel. And if you don't see it, go to the youtube.com/LALATE. You'll see it right there. Winter Warsock and Warnock, I keep on saying I keep on butchering his name, Warnock and Orsoff, going to get sworn in. I don't know. I would hope it's Saturday or Sunday. Okay, so the breaking details as we start this afternoon. It's just, I need some air. It's just, when did the debit card suddenly come into the mix? So a new statement issued by Department of Treasury, Steve Mnuchin still around, at least for today. Check tomorrow, Steve Mnuchin still around. But Steve Mnuchin issued a statement that said, you know what? Some stimulus checks are being issued on debit cards. What debit cards? What debit cards? So the Department of Treasury, and this is where you got to really focus, Department of Treasury is sending out white envelopes that have a big Department of Treasury seal on them. Of course, everyone knows the Department of Treasury seal by heart. I mean, I have it on pillows. I mean, everyone knows the Department of Treasury seal by heart. I have net quilts with the seal. I have curtains with the seal. I know the Department of Treasury seal by heart. It's the same as, the Department of Justice's seal. I recognize it just by the split. Of course, that's the Department of Treasury seal. But no one knows what the hell the Department of Treasury seal looks like. I saw it on one of Steve Mnuchin's letters to Nancy Pelosi at the end of the negotiations. Remember that one where he sent her a letter? He said, "How dare you talk? How dare you release stuff to the press that I wasn't saying?" And Mark Meadows signed it. I'm like, oh, there's his seal. I've never seen his seal. So there's a white envelope in the mail with a Department of Treasury seal on it. And it says the Department of Treasury seal is very pronounced. I don't know how this is the whole envelope. I don't. And so if you, thank you, YMR Ministries. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you, so kind. Wow. So if you get that envelope, is that Brother Josh, by the way? If you get that envelope, thank you, Helen, for the super chat. If you get that envelope, you better keep it. Don't throw it away. Because guess what? That white envelope you weren't expecting to get has thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars in it. Why get the envelope? So here's the confusion about the envelope. The envelope is coming. This is what Treasury actually said. Treasury actually said, if you got a paper check last time, you might get a debit card this time. And if you got a debit card last time, you might get a paper check this time. When asked to explain why, they said, we have no explanation. You got a paper check last time, you're gonna get a debit card. You got a debit card last time, you get a paper check. You got electronic last time, you get paper. If you got electronic last time, you get debit card. You got debit card last time, you get paper. It's just a hot mess express. So, as Steve Mnuchin so said, it's going to be so easy. Just Lord, as Lord helps, as Felicia. I mean, it's just insane. Everyone's waiting for the paper check to come in the mail, and then a white envelope from Department of Treasury shows up. And this was a buried article, a buried news article that I saw this. I did not, this was not in some major, major press release. It was just buried in an article. And it says, look for that white envelope because that may have thousands of dollars on it. So you get the envelope, and in there is a debit card. It says Visa, and it says MetaBank, MetaBank. And it'll say Visa in the corner, and it's your EIN debit card, economic injury deposit, or EID debit card. I don't know. Your debit card, Visa debit card. So no one is expecting this to come, and this is just all sort of a massive surprise out of nowhere. Just shocking. What I miss, I'll have another update at the 15-minute mark because this was not something I expected to record. So cutting back to the $2,000 stimulus check, which is actually easier to describe. Actually, let me continue with the $600 stimulus check. So TurboTax and H&R Block are doing a great job. They're fixing the situation. You're going to get the stimulus check if you've not already for TurboTax and H&R Block. They're stepping on the situation really well, and they take care of it, so good for them. Other people that use online tax preparers, I don't know the situation. You need to reach out to your online tax preparers. I don't know their situation, or if they even have a situation. Then everyone else, for the $600 stimulus check by paper, almost no one has gotten the paper. Frankie out of New York in Instagram, he got it. A few people got it in Texas paper, but I've seen less than 10% of the viewers who got the paper before. Now, if you're expecting a debit card, I hope you got the debit card. Actually, if you got to the debit card, can you drop on the screen? Because I don't know anyone that's got to the debit card. I mean, this is just shocking news I'm hearing today. And I'll have an update at the 15-minute mark. You're like hearing, what is he talking about debit card? What debit card? It's just so EIP, says Sean. Okay, thank you for that clarification. Some people have not gotten the electronic receipt. Give it time. Some people have not got to the paper receipt. You can't fix the electronic number. So if you know your bank account is closed, they're going to attempt it, fail, and then they're going to do pay paper. And then Scott Watson says they're sending out coins. They're sending out Chipotle coupons. They're sending out Starbucks gift certificates. It's just, oh my God. Oh, can't they get this? Can't they do these things simpler? Mine says mailed January 6th, nothing yet. Well, that's at least good. At least you know what it's good. Mine is mailed. And so the viewers of this channel the 50% of them electronically have not arrived in the hands of the viewers of this channel. Of the paper people, I would say almost 90% have not gotten the paper. So it has not been a smooth progress whatsoever. I got a Hooters card, said Tina. Yeah, $2,000 Chipotle card. Yeah. So there you go for your $600 stimulus check. $600 for individuals, $1,200 for married couple, and $600 for children. And adult dependents getting nothing on the mystery debit card. But you are now teed up for the $2,000 second stimulus fix-it bill, which is called Cash Act 2021. Someone sent me a DM about half an hour ago that they had heard somewhere that the Congress decided not to do any laws before January 20th. I don't think that's true because the impeachment is sort of a bill. So, and I saw a bill last night as well. But what I've been reporting throughout the day is we're not going to see in the next 48 hours whether they have time to focus on stimulus with the rush order to do an impeachment hearing. The impeachment hearing is going to overwhelm the resources of congressional leaders over the next few days. And this is amid their offices being ransacked. If you did not join me on Mornings LA, I exclusively, in a world exclusive, reported that Nancy Pelosi's office was not only ransacked, but her computer was stolen and posted to eBay. I contacted Capitol Police last night and said, "Hey, Nancy's computer is on eBay. Go get it." So it is really a bad situation there. And to say that they now work on a lot of bills is hard in light of the situation. How fast they can get this up to date is unclear. They certainly will rush to get things quickly right away, but the big issue is the progression of an impeachment hearing against the president of the United States it will engulf a lot of the resources, and that may delay the $2,000 stimulus check. Today is January 7th. I keep on getting the day messed up. Today is January 7th, and Biden is sworn in on January 20th. So that's 13 days away. Do they do the $2,000 Cash Act Fix-It bill now, or do they wait to the 20th? Here are the things to consider. It takes 1 day to pass the House, 1 day to pass the Senate. That's 2 days. So that just used up 2 of the 13 days. That leaves 19. That leaves 9 days. So do you rush it now for 9 days and send it to President Pence? I don't know who you send it to. Or do you wait for 9 days and just send it to Biden on day one? They may just want to wait 9 days. My guess is they want to wait 9 days and send it to Biden. They don't want to send anything to Trump at this point, and I don't think they want to send anything to Pence either. So, so I think the mindset and I think the work product may suggest they want to hold on the $2,000 stimulus check fix for 9 days. Now, this may confuse some viewers, so let me explain some things. You certainly have heard from me 1,000 times say, well, third stimulus starts on January 20th. So won't that sort of interfere with third stimulus? No, 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 no. So third stimulus has, oh, is it Brother Joshua's birthday? Oh, is it your birthday? I did not know that. If it is, happy birthday, Brother Joshua. David Ortiz just posted something. The important thing to understand is that the third stimulus could get signed into law, January 20th, January 21st, and they could do Cash Act, signed into law as well. Third stimulus package could be one bill, and Cash Act can be another bill. They can do 5 bills on the same day. I told you on day one, January 20th, you can have an eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, and student loan debt forgiveness. You can have a lot of things happening on January 2021. The reason we know this, thank you, Lulu Bell, for becoming a Purple Hawk. It's your birthday as well. Happy birthday, Gene Hesse. And happy birthday, Kelly, someone else's birthday. It's the people in Instagram room, it's their birthdays as well. Happy birthday to someone in the Instagram room. I didn't see who it was. And so happy birthday, everyone. The big issue is how many things can they do on January 20th? A lot. If you go back in time, the very first day that Biden Obama came in, the banking industry had collapsed. They had to come in with emergency bills to fix the banking industry. The U.S. economy was imploding. The savings and loan industry had collapsed. Banks were going under. WAMU and all these banks used to go to like Wachovia were going under. They had to rush in and do something because all these and mortgage houses were going under. So they did 16,000 bills on the first day, and they got them done. And so don't expect that unusual. What's going to be unusual is I'm going to literally have like 9,000 pieces of paper in my hand going through all the details for you. So there you go. As we approach the 15-minute mark, oh, it's someone else's birthday as well. Well, there you go. As we approach the 15-minute mark, let me give you a big update across the board. Did you like McRib? Wait, he's talking about McRib. I finally had McRib today. So they're talking about McRib in the Instagram room. They're always talking about food in the Instagram. Don't be distracted. Focus on me. You're not talking about food. Happy birthday to everyone. And happy birthday to PPF. I don't know what that is. Uh, Give me the 411 about the McRib. So the big update as you join me at the 15-minute mark is McRib is really big on the Instagram room. So that's really the breaking news. The breaking news is that there's a second stimulus debit card. Second stimulus debit card? There's a second stimulus debit card, a mysterious second stimulus debit card that no one heard about, that no one was told about, that no one ever expected coming, and it may have already come. Hola, hola de Mexico. Who is that? I gotta give a shout out to my international viewers. Where'd it go? I just missed it. Well, hola de Mexico. There is a mystery debit card out of nowhere. Department of Treasury today, Steve Mnuchin's office said, you know what? You may get a debit card for your stimulus check. Everyone's like, what debit card? Department of Treasury confirms in a statement today that if you got your last check as your first stimulus by check, you may get a debit card. If you got your first stimulus thing by electronic, you may get a debit card. If you got your first thing by debit card, you may get a check. If you got your first thing by by electronic. Gina Osborne, hola de Mexico. So basically, they literally, and then when asked to explain why people are getting debit cards, they said, we have no explanation for it. What do you mean you have no explanation for it? So what is this debit card? This is very shocking. So you need to really watch the mail. Thank you, Chrissy, for becoming a Purple Hawk. The debit card, hola in Colombia, Edith. The important thing for looking at the mail is it will be, thank you, Joletta, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Thank you, Ricky, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Is that the envelope will come is white. It's a white envelope, which is strange because Social Security checks come in a beige envelope. So it's not a beige envelope, it's a white envelope. Who cares about a debit card? It's your stimulus check. It's your stimulus check. The person said, who cares about the debit card? It's a stimulus check. It's coming on debit card. That's why it's so shocking. Some people will get debit cards out of nowhere. And the debit card will have your stimulus check or checks on it. It's a white envelope, has the Department of Treasury's seal in the big corner. And can I have two debit cards? Says Russell. It'll have the big Department of Treasury seal in the corner, which of course everyone knows the Department of Treasury seal by heart. And then you'll open it up, and in there will be what is it called? MetaBank debit card for Visa. So you have to look for this thingy, says Deborah. You got to watch for this thingy. It's called an EIP card. Yeah, it is an EIP card, economic injury payment, whatever card, but it is a debit card. And it comes from Department of Treasury, and it will come to people out of nowhere, and you will be totally shocked that it shows up. So there you go. Ella, you said you were getting our $2,000 stimulus check this week. I never said you're getting your $2,000 stimulus check this week. I said wait a second. I never said you're getting your $2,000 stimulus check this week. The elections are not even certified. I said next week you could get your $2,000 stimulus check. How can you get your stimulus check when they haven't even certified the elections? The ballots are not even fully tallied because outstanding ballots from overseas from the military are due by 5 o'clock tomorrow. So they can't have the Warnock Ossoff races are not finalized yet. So we can't have a $2,000 stimulus check. Moreover, I didn't say anything you're getting it. I'm saying that they can get it. I love when people change my adverbs. I just love it. Make sure it comes loaded. Vasquez in the Instagram room says when that debit card comes, make sure it's loaded, for God's sakes. I want it really loaded with a lot of stimulus on. Don't give me a little dribbly stimulus. Put a lot of darn money on that debit card when it comes. Throw some dead people on that debit card for me as well. So back to that card, says Jason. So back to that card. That card is coming to people that aren't expecting a card. So if you're sitting here looking for the direct deposit that's not coming, you may get a debit card. I'm going to say that again. If you're waiting for the direct deposit that doesn't happen, you may get a debit card. If you are waiting for the paper check, you may get a debit card. What if you got the debit card and already see the second stimulus check by direct? If you already have the second stimulus check deposit, you're not getting two deposits. This is for people who are waiting for the second stimulus deposit to occur. And Additionally, I think one thing I have to make clear is people who got a debit card in the spring, it will not be replenished with this. So they're sending out new stimulus cards for people in general. Any fees with the debit card? No fees with the debit card. I'll take coins, says Tamika. Other people will take Tesla stock. I'm rolling. How can I join the VIP club? You're the best, and I want to be part of it. The Calcino Club hit the join button if you want to be part of the Calcino VIP. When is the $2,000 going to come? So the $2,000. Let me give you an update with that at the 30-minute mark. Danielle, I'm late. Where's the join button? The join button's on the video and also on the front of the channel. So there you go. FPUC, really good news across the board. More viewers are getting FPUC in a lot of places. The FPUC is really rolling out a lot of states, and the states where you have not gotten paid is simply because they're not up to date on your particular file. But a lot of states are paying $300 already, which is good. The bad ones are states like Washington and New Mexico that are holding off on this. Are we getting the hazard pay? Third stimulus package. Can you talk about the 20% lifetime increase? Yeah, so under Biden's third stimulus package, which would be after January 20th, the third stimulus package would have a provision in there that would raise your lifetime benefits because they believe you've not been getting enough money over the past few years. And so the benefits, thank you, Regina, for becoming a Purple Hawk. The language with describing how your increase is insanely confusing and too hard for me to remember. So it was up to 20%. So that's why I always say up to 20%. It would raise your benefits, and that would be your lifetime benefits. So it could make a big difference for a lot of people. There you go. I need my second stimulus check. Amen. Thank you, Tina, for becoming a Purple Hawk. What about adult dependents? So adult dependents need to wait for the Cash Act 2021 to get done. I'll take green stamps. Thank you for someone else for becoming a Purple Hawk. Thinking of French toast. The Instagram we were just talking about food. My daughter applied for utilities. Wow, the questions are flying. Oh my God. I can't even read the questions now. My daughter applied for utilities today and made up 30. Okay, Billy, my daughter applied for utilities today and they said she made too much. $39,000 for family four. What is the grant for stimulus? Why? So Billy, on the video right before this is purple. I brought back purple onto this channel. The video right before this says checks confirmed, has a blue background. Watch that video. It's purple. It goes over how to reach out to the volunteers and get money for rent and utilities. I don't know what your daughter actually reached out to. There's 5,000 things she could have reached out to, but reach out to the volunteers because they'll ensure that they'll help her get the money for rent and utilities. $39,000 is clearly eligibility. She should be eligible. Oh, where do I find the join button on my cell? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I'll have to look when I get off camera. You certainly go to the front of this channel and hit the front of this channel that may be next to go to youtube.com/LALATE. Home healthcare workers, and they tell me we're not getting hazard pay. Well, let me answer that question. So this is sort of what's going on out in the universe. So Donald just wrote, I'm a home healthcare worker in Colorado, and they tell me they are not getting hazard pay. So there's about 9,000 things problematic with Donald's comment. He's in Colorado, and they told me they're not getting hazard pay. Well, first of all, who are you asking and what are you asking about? It looks like you're asking in Colorado, is the state of Colorado paying you hazard pay? Well, that may be the case. Colorado is among other states that don't pay hazard pay. California's not paying hazard pay. So why would you ask the state of Colorado if you're paying them hazard pay? Then, are you asking the employer, are you paying me hazard pay? There's private hazard pay as well. My nurses, Well, why would the nurses don't know? The nurses are not the federal agency. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. This because this is really important. When we're dealing with stimulus packages, the stimulus packages are coming from the federal government. They're not coming from the person down the hallway from you. And so when we're talking about third stimulus package in late January, and we're talking about hazard pay in the third stimulus package, let's say you work at a supermarket. If you go to the supermarket boss, the shift lead, and say, "Hey, am I getting hazard pay?" Shift boss doesn't know zip. Zip boss doesn't know what's going on in Congress. Why would zip boss? Why would the lead boss know anything about what's going on in Congress? Hey, boss, am I getting hazard pay? Boss ain't gonna know. You watch me. You don't ask the freaking boss. That's the first thing. If you contact the human resources department at the supermarket chain that has 20 stores, hey, supermarket chain, are we getting hazard pay? At that point, you're asking the chain, the private organization, if they're paying you hazard pay. I've done enough videos about people protesting Kroger markets and Whole Foods and Amazon to get hazard pay. That's an question you're asking the private employer. Are you paying me hazard pay? Then if you call up the city, hey, city of LA, are you paying me hazard pay? Well, actually, just 2 days ago, county of LA passed a hazard pay bill to pay $5,005 to certain people. But that was county of LA. It wasn't state of California. So the question has to be directed to the right person. Ultimately, my job is to get you money. So don't be asking someone else where your money is. I'm covering where the federal government is providing you money. The only case where I'm not dealing with the federal government is where I'm talking about purple local state stimulus for rent and utilities or nonprofit stimulus. The money we talk about on this channel is federal money coming from federal agencies, and so you don't want to be going around and asking your buddy or your coworker or your boss where the money is, because it's not their agency. Why did TurboTax mess up? I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Uh, when we get our third stimulus check, Jesus, probably about February, I would think. This has been very slow. This second stimulus check did not come as fast as Mnuchin represented. So the 20th is slow. The reason why I refer to as Purple Hawks and Donut Guys, and you know why, but I got to repeat it to anyone that's new that's in the room, is that every time that someone says, "When am I getting another check?" I always worry. I always worry for the person who says, "When am I getting another check?" Because that sounds very donut guy. Donut guy refers to someone who just wants to sit back and wonder when free checks are coming. Whereas Purple Hawk, Purple Hawk is someone who wants to get that money that's big, 5, 10, 15, $20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 200,000, 300,000. They want to get massive sums of money. And someone says, "When am I getting my next check?" Always worries me because one, you may not get a check. You see what's happening in this round is a lot of people are not getting checks because they did not do a non-filer in the spring or something like that. Is rent relief the same as mortgage? It is not. That's a great question. So mortgage relief means rent relief means they give you free rent. Mortgage relief means they protect you from being foreclosed upon. Is there free mortgage payments, or is there something that helps you with mortgage payments? Not from Biden, but the volunteers have been able to find organizations that help pay your mortgage. Is Cash Act still happening? Absolutely, just not with the next day or two with the fiasco that's happening in Washington. I got my stimulus for the first time now this time. Oh, you got your first stimulus check this way? Hazard pay for truckers. Amen. Is rent release the same? Oh, I just answered that question. Tell the donut people when it's coming. You need to tell the donut people when it's coming. What's happening with baby? I don't know what the question was. When we get the $1,400 or $2,000 before February, I think so. I mean, it would just look foolish if they can't get it done before then. I think so. Now, when will it become a law? Yes, absolutely before February. When will you physically get it? I'm a little worried about how slow this stimulus check situation is going. This $600 stimulus check thing is not particularly moving smoothly. It started rough, and now it's getting rougher. And now I hear about these debit cards. So things are getting a little bit rough on the $600 stimulus check landing in people's hands. But yeah, you'll see the $1,400 by law before February. It would be shocking. But when would you physically receive it? This thing is becoming a little bit. So now as you come up on the 30-minute mark, let me give you a big update across the board. The shocking development just broke minutes ago on this channel is that the Department of Treasury is now reporting that your second stimulus check, the $600 for individuals, $600 for children, $1,200 for a married couple, may not be coming electronically like you thought, may not be coming by debit card, may not be coming by paper check as you thought, but may be coming in the mail in a white envelope on a Visa debit card. What? Out of nowhere, Treasury just informed today people that for reasons they don't really know, they're sending out debit cards to people who are expecting a paper check and sending out debit cards to people who are expecting an electronic receipt. The envelope will be white, not beige. It'll have a prominent seal on it of the Department of Treasury, which everyone knows by heart. And in there, you'll open up and you'll see a blue debit card from MetaBank, and on it will have your stimulus. Really shocking. No one heard this coming. No one expected this. Who messed this up for real? Says Sissy Toe in the Instagram room. It's shocking. And so I want you to be on the lookout for a white envelope if you've not received your stimulus, because that may come as well. As you know, the paper check comes in a beige envelope. So this is a different type of envelope. They went to a different printer. Who is MetaBank? I don't know who MetaBank is. I just had to memorize it because it's just, you'll open it up and it'll be, thank you, Kay Hins for becoming a Purple Hawk. You'll open it up and it'll have a Visa logo in the corner. It'll say debit and it'll say the bank is MetaBank. Just shocking. How do I contact the volunteers? You go to YouTube, you go to news.lalate.com/community. It's also in the pinned comments of this video. So much across the board. Meta Minushi Bank, says Randy. Meta Minushi Bank. I need to go back 15 minutes. Says Vasquez. Iris doesn't tell you things until after they've done it. Yeah, isn't that charming? It's like, oh, by the way, there's an envelope coming in the mail. What envelope? Do I qualify for the $2,400 for the third stimulus check? Yeah, the SSI, SSDI does not disqualify you for anything else. What if I didn't get your kids' check? Yeah, if you got the $600 for several of the members of the household, but didn't get it for a certain member of the household, like one child or two childs or three childs, no way to fix it anytime soon. So just sort of not think about it, and it'll be available as something you can fix in a few months, but just not right now. So much across the board. Make sure you go to the Financial Channel, subscribe. Also hit that alert button so you get alert when I'm next live. Meantime, thank you to Barbara for becoming a Purple Hawk. If you've not become a member, hit that join button on this channel. And also like this video. Stay informed, stay focused. I'll be back tonight with Evening's Check, and then I'll be back with Purple Power Live. As always, stay informed, stay focused. If you want to reach out to the volunteers, open the pinned comment to this video. It's on this video at the bottom. It says news.lalate.com/community. Stay safe, and I'll see you in a little bit.